Hey guys, it's Amateur Casual Brian, and today we're gonna be finishing up loose ends. We're gonna be tying up loose ends, and we're gonna finish Plasma Corpse. But this time, I changed up the formula, and as you can probably see, we're animated now, and that's great, very 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 nice. And yeah, so um, please bask in the full glory of my mediocre art. I'm sorry, I just didn't take enough time to finish it up, so you're gonna have to deal with this, but whatever, I'm sure you don't care. So yeah, let's stop, let's just get right into it. So we left off here, but he countered it with his own and infused it with his own structure. Now we're gonna start with ground attack, so let's get in the mood. Meanwhile, on the ground, the battle began. God, this is stupid. Jude stalled long enough for the troops to exit the fighter. Oh, and the fight. Oh, there's a comma there. For the troops to exit and the fighter and carrier ships to release. With the help of Angelo, Pico, and Tristan, they helped the ground troops until Sean evenly matched the four of them. So let's just do a refresher. Angela, Pika, and Tristan are all Brian's lieutenants here, and Sean is, the old, the old, the old, the old, the old apprentice, the old teammate of Brian, and he got changed up. You can see it in the other video. I'll just flash it back.
A cyborg named Sean. That name sounded familiar, but suddenly I blacked out for a moment and remembered. He was the lieutenant I lost during the dreaded Civil War.
Now, anyway, so there were until Sean evenly matched the four of them. There were also juggernauts that were mowing down some of the troopers. I actually don't know what the juggernauts are supposed to look like. They're a concept. Survive after putting up their plasma shields. They then attempted to corner us, but using a certain strategy called the oblique order. Ah, it's my old history roots coming back to bite me in the ass. So I'll just flash the meaning of the oblique order here, and we can get on with it. We were able to create an opening which let us escape from them. Well, I'm sure it's fine. And when we nearly overpowered them, they tried to storm the base, but reinforcements cornered them from north to south. So they tried to defuse sidewards, but little did they know that we had troops positioned on both sides of the hills. So we flanked them on both sides and essentially had them cornered. It seemed like we were about to win, but the carrier ships, which had recently just departed, got back with more reinforcements. Sean used this as an opportunity in order to defeat Jude and the trio, and also called for Joseph and Kyle, two former lieutenants of mine to help out. Ah, memories. God, grade 4, grade 2. Nice. Wow. Okay, anyway. Joseph was a battle commander and was Angela's best friend, and Kyle was a forgotten founding founder. Forgotten founding founder of Plasma Corps. It was again a difficult battle, and once Kobe and I finished our little scuffle, we crashed back to Earth in a shockwave that may have left the soldiers in the battlefield temporarily phased. We had a less beamy battle and more physical battle. We hit each other so hard that even those punches and kicks caused many shockwaves. Sean tried to intervene, but I shot out a nanotech plate and connected it to his back, transforming it into a rocket. So I can still envision this in my head, like just sticking. You know how Boba Fett died? It's like that, but instead of hitting it with a pole, you actually strap the jetpack on him and then he crashes into. Anyway, that's a win. Wow, sassy Brian. Up in the air, however, there were dogfights. Ships were chasing and firing upon each other, while the carriers were providing cover fire. The turrets also provided cover fire for our side, until the carrier ships sent a few guided missiles and severely damaged them, making them unusable for the time being. Sean came back with more force this time, but we were saved by the timely arrival of Simon, and they duked it out, and they battled it out in sidekick fashion. Nice. Kobe used his nanotech to full extent, and he bulked himself up to a large hunk of nanotech. I did the same, and we, again, attacked each other physically, but this time with more force. This created even more shockwaves and much more blunt blows to each other. Jude intervened. Oh yeah, Jude. Commander Brian in this universe's lover, I wish. Yeah, just check out the other video. Intervened, and because of that, oh god, oh my god, Brian, grade 6 was the grade 6 Brian, what were you on? Oh. Anyway. Sweet little darling got knocked out. Oh my god, I actually swear in this thing. I hit him with the force of a fucking jackhammer and broke off his helmet and temporarily knocked him out. I tended to Jude and called Simon to bring her to the clinic, and Godspeed. Joseph, Kyle, and Sean suddenly came up to me and challenged me to a fight, but Angelo, Pico, and Tristan came up to me and requested that they fight them, so I let them, and after a tight battle they won. No description at all, they just won, trust me. I returned to normal form via nanotech and, bulked myself up less, and went back to Kobe. He woke up and we fought again. It was, again, a well-fought battle, with neither of us winning and slowly ripping our suits apart. While we were fighting, the troopers around us were dying. Wow. In the end, Plasma Corps was victorious, but at a loss. Where are we? Oh fuck, where are we? I mean cost. Most of our soldiers were dead, and the ones that survived were exhausted and fell to the ground. Kobe, seeming distraught, had a last resort. His base also turned into a gigantic robot. Wait, also, it hasn't even... My turn hasn't even done it. God damn it, Brian. And I saw it from miles away. So I ordered the people in charge of the base to activate Plasma Maximus once more. So basically, Plasma Maximus was check out Metroplex and the Transformers. It's basically a transforming city. God, this is such a knockoff. Plasma Maximus transformed and met with his new competitor. Oh wait, no. His base also turned into a gigantic robot and I saw it from outside. So I ordered the people in charge. Okay, wait, I read that. God, I'm amnesiac. Christ. The two gigantic robots punched each other with their fists colliding. Why would it work like that? With the surrounding environment decimated because of it. They were evenly matched, as was everything else. What? Until Plasma Maximus the reactor started combusting. Now you'd think he'd be dying, he's gonna explode, but suddenly he shot out a beam of nuclear plasma, ripping through the enemy and making him spontaneously explode, ending the fight. Oh, here's the unfinished part. I'm gonna try to make it up as we go. Our armors were breaking. Most of our nanotech was on the ground. We only had our gauntlets, some of our chest plate, and our boots. We knew only one of us was going to make it out alive. So we fought the best we can. Kobe formed a nano blade with the last of his reserve. But I also formed a nano blade, attempting to counter it. We barely had enough plasma to fire at each other, so this was our last resort. So we charged at each other, lunged at each other, and fought physically, dodging near hits to the abdomen, almost getting stabbed, getting slices to the face, but we persevered, and with one swift blow, I pierced his abdomen, and that was it. He fell to the ground, but it wasn't a graceless fall. He took it with remorse. At that very moment, with his life flashing in his eyes, he thought he had conscience. And after having a moment of clarity, seeing everything he had done, all the damage he had caused, all the lives he had ruined, he let the sweet embrace of death grab him then and there. Anyway, so yeah, that was it. Wow, that was very strange. Very, very nice. Oh, actually, there is actually a third part to this, but I'm not sure if I can still find it, so I guess I'll just report back to you guys on that. So, I actually found the last part of the Plasma Corps Classic series, but it's way too long, so I guess I'll just try that for another video. But it's kind of actually way more entertaining since I wrote it at a later time, so it's kinda a little bit better. So yeah, that's gonna be it for now. So this has been Commander Brian of Plasma Corps, signing out.